Thank you for joining us again on another episode of your favorite #1 technology show on Aleeftv, Tech In, Tech Out. I'm your host, MD Tiamiyu, and I'm so excited to have you on board today again. You know how we do it. First is news and updates from the technological scene, and then we dissect an issue that is of importance to all of us. And today, the focus is on the treasures of blogging. Is it what's the stress? Blogging as a venture, and you know how we do it. Towards the tail end of the program, I have very exciting tips and tricks lined up for you. I promise you, these tips and tricks are powerful and they are capable of turning around your digital experience like this. Don't go anywhere. First, let's have the news headline for today. Integrating secure communications into enterprise apps and services. Also, we will look at the future of Internet of Things and ITSM, talking about information technology service management, ways the Internet of Things will impact ITSM moving forward. So far, so good. It's still your #1 technology show, Tech In, Tech Out. And my name is MD Tiamiyu. Stay tuned. Glad to know you're still around. The first news item, we're going to be looking at the future of IoT, Internet of Things. And as we all know, ITSM is Information Technology Service Management, which refers to the entirety of activities directed by policies, organized and structured in the process of supporting procedures in an organization using technology. You've heard the hype. Actually, the Internet of Things, IoT, promises a world where virtually every object is interconnected via embedded sensors and electronics to collect and exchange data. Gartner actually has predicted that by the year 2020, the IoT will grow to 20.8 billion connected things, with 7.2 billion of them being used by businesses. So regardless of the pace at which businesses adopt Internet of Things and ITSM, ITSM will have to evolve to deal with IoT-driven changes such as more connected nodes, data points, and also automation, all of which will add to the complexity of the world that we live in, or the ease thereabout. So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the very important things to consider moving forward in the relationship between IoT, Internet of Things, and ITSM, Information Technology Service Management, is provocative incident identification and prevention. You see, IT service desk typically deal with incidents reactively. They have to react after an incident has happened. But with the connection between IoT and ITSM now, this means that incidents are often reported to the IT service desk only after they have occurred. But smart organizations, very smart organizations, can use Internet of Things, IoT sensors, to monitor device performance levels, thereby automatically reporting impending issues before they even occur. You see, it's a beautiful world that we are looking forward to, and it's just very close. Around 2020 is about just 1.5 or 2 years from now. Furthermore, you can actually proactively prevent incidents from occurring, mitigating the risk or downtime. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is one thing that Internet of Things and ITSM working side by side can bring to our world. And again, is the impact on agentless network scanning. You see, current hardware asset management processes require a scan of connected devices. For companies that use agentless scanning, devices can only be scanned when scheduled, and the network is loaded with inventory scanning pings that degrade overall network performances. So on the other hand, the large-scale interconnection of devices in an IoT network, that means that the devices are connected constantly, and they are constantly exchanging pings, which avoid the traffic jams created by scheduled scans. So furthermore, we can identify and report a dead device in real time instead of having to wait until next week when the schedule is planned. So looking forward to 2020 as reported by Gartner, when we're going to have 20.8 connected things. And when we say things, everything in the world will have the ability to connect and communicate with one another. For example, your wristwatch talking to your shoes, and your earpiece is already talking to your phone via Bluetooth connection. We're going to have more of that. You can actually control the way your air conditioned system work even while you are in your office. That is the ability that IoT brings to us. And so that is it on the relationship between IoT and ITSM moving forward for a more digital and more connected world. And next on the news, the view on integrating secure communications into enterprise applications and services. And so the growing demand for communication platforms as a service, CPaaS, is extending the frontiers of enterprise communications, as there's no need to build back-end infrastructure and interfaces to enable rich communication features. So customers and employees now expect real-time communications in their mobile application, and business leaders are looking to CPaaS communication platforms as a service, as a cost-effective and efficient solution. So with a number of CPaaS vendors on the rise, choosing the right solution can be quite difficult. And so there are a couple of things you must consider according to experts. First and foremost is you must know who your customers and clients are. If you want to engage your customers and want to ensure that your employees also stay communicated with one another, you want to know what the details of their needs are. And if you do this, it would guide you in choosing the right and befitting CPaaS vendor that your company should go with. The second is you must put security and value for money first ahead of profit. Security of your employees and your customers must come first on your priority list, and many organizations do the other way, and then they put profit first before thinking about security. If your organization is secure, you would end up making profit, a lot of it. And lastly, not the least, is you have to be consistent with your CPaaS strategies. When you have decided to go a route regarding communication platform for your business, you must ensure that your strategies are consistent and that they reflect the needs of your customers. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the news. My name is MD Tiamio. Today, the focus is on the treasures of blogging. If you have a blog or wish to have one, then you want to stay tuned for the next segment of this show. Don't go anywhere. It's still your number one favorite technology show on Aleeftvng. Tech in, tech out. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned to us. This is your number one show, Tech in, Tech Out. And today we're going to be focusing on blogging. There's a lot of money in the blogging sector of the technology industry. And guess what? It's not as difficult as you think it is. You can actually go into the business of blogging in just a few minutes. I remember when I created my first blog some few years ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with me today is a person who is a seasoned specialist in this industry. He's a digital marketing specialist, and he sits on the board of director of a couple of IT companies. I have with me in the studio today Mr. Ruben Kalu. Well done, Mr. Ruben.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today on the
You're
episode
welcome.
of the show.
You're welcome.
How is Lagos doing?
Fine.
Oh,
Doing well.
fantastic. It's not even showing on your face.
Are you serious?
You're probably one of the few people who are enjoying Lagos.
We thank God.
Well done. So, Mr. Ruben, let's get very, very straightforward.
Okay.
Talking about blogging, what exactly is it? Because for people who are new, who just want to have a feel of what blogs do, what is a blog? How can I get into it?
Wow. Thank you very much. Like the name sounds, blog. Okay, it's what happens on the web. Okay, the name came from web blog. Okay, and that's to say it happens within the www space, World Wide Web space. Okay, so and that is the ability to produce content. Content they come from different elements. You can have them in a text form, you can have it in a video form. There are several forms that it actually comes. But the point is that a blogger is involved in generating content, okay, and content that are engaging, basically. So.
Okay, so a blogger is that person who puts content together in the web. So that is a very fantastic and easy definition. So before we go really deep into the program, I'd like to know you. I'd like our viewers at home to know what you do, and while you're joining us, what do you do in the technology ecosystem?
Okay, yeah, like my name, I'm Ruben Carlo, and I'm into digital marketing space. Okay, and I have a background in the media, advertising, precisely. Okay, I've handled several accounts ranging from Lacasera, Knights, Amarula, Overworking, a whole lot of brands before I delve in, specifically into the digital space when Google needed us to be able to do their campaign in Nigeria. You can see the adverts everywhere. YouTube is advertising, they're on radio and so many places. So we actually kind of were the first state that actually began the training across Nigeria. Presently too, we're doing something for Facebook. It's called Facebook BYB, Boosting Your Business. So Facebook is around Nigeria, going about helping businesses to use the platform Instagram to be able to boost what they are doing at the moment.
All right, so you technically train people on how to use these platforms to boost their businesses, and then you do that really well because I can see you, everywhere. So how, if I am a layman now, how would I start a blog? How would I start my blog?
Yeah, basically the first thing is to knowing what's your area of expertise, because you can only blog in areas where you know something about. Okay, you see somebody talking about health. Okay, somebody is vast in music, can be able to do a whole lot of. You see people when you see people talk, people analyzing, people argue things, it's just a skill that is just flying. And when I meet them, what I say, hey guys, channel this thing into a place where you can actually gain audience, because that was exactly what Linda did. Okay. Linda, what did she do? She, if you read her story, after long and short working in several places, she had to start. Life was so boring. She started doing what she loved to do, writing. She was just writing, and people were not really reading. As far back as 2006. But over time, whenever you come in contact with her, you write up, it engages you. You are addicted, and before you know it, she started having such a traffic as up to 200,000 hits. People were reading, and she was having repeats, visits, and all of that, and that was how it started.
What does it really take to create a blog?
There's already it's just like starting your email. Starting if you have a Gmail, one, you can actually use a blogger. Okay, There are some platforms that you can just sign up. You can just sign up and you begin to just sign up and start writing.
What specific platforms are you talking about, please?
There is a blogger, there is WordPress.
There's okay, you mean blogger.com?
Yes, blogger.com.
Okay, great. There's
WordPress
WordPress.com.
is so easy. You understand? You don't need a lot of technicality. You don't need to know anything about the platform. Just sign up and you begin to create your content.
All right. So, from your expertise and experience, what would you say are the major ingredients of a good blog? So, if you want to create a blog, what should you put in the blog? What are the ingredients, so to speak?
Okay, engagement is key. You understand? That's what they call advertainment.
Advertainment.
Let your content be like an entertainment that is trying to promote. Advert is like promotion. Entertainment is something that entertains you. So can you see the combination? Advertainment, something that people can engage with, and they will be looking forward to. I mean, next episode. Who knows what's going to come out?
Yeah.
You can see what Alibaba and the rest. They are actually the ones maximizing this. If people on Fridays they just log on, keep laughing. Laughing and laughing. They are looking forward to another content coming, and you can't resist movie online. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually you find your niche. If you're into medical, you can look around. There are a lot of sicknesses, so many things happening, and you just have the information. So just communicate, write. Just keep writing, and people, you begin to get calls. I read about what he said about malaria. I took that drug and it worked. Somebody called. You understand what I'm saying? You begin to get such contacts like that, and that's it.
All right. So what you're saying now is you must have information, which is content to share, and you have to be consistent with doing that, so people know you. You have an identity online. Before I go further with Mr. Ruben Kalua, ladies and gentlemen, you are still logged on to your #1 favorite technology show on TV, Tech In, Tech Out. You know how we do it on Aleeftvng. Don't go anywhere. As an expert or a specialist in this environment, so what would you say? Is it actually overwhelming, or is it just that people are not taking it that seriously?
Okay, two things. Yes, it is overwhelming, but there is a way about it. Okay, how? Because I also met a couple of people and I told them, you can actually do this. They say, with the nature of my job, I have a lawyer. She said, I have to be out, I have to be in the court, I have to be here, there. That's okay, fine. One thing you can do is this, okay? You can get an intern, okay? An intern comes in, you already know you're so loaded with information. She's so loaded, she's intelligent. I said, just before you leave an office, talk to this girl. Just say it, let her record it. Okay, just keep talking, because once you give her any topic, she'll just run this thing. So just be talking, let the girl record it, and in your absence, she distills it.
Okay, distilling, and then you proofread,
Exactly.
And then before you know it, you publish. And so that's a way to go
that takes
around
away the writing part from you.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Before we wrap it up on the show today, I have some exciting tips and tricks that will change your technological experience and let you enjoy more while you interact with technology, just like this. I'm still your host, MD Tiamiu. Don't go anywhere. The show is Tech In, Tech Out. Wonderful. Thank you to you for staying tuned on the show with us. It's that segment of the show where I give you technology tips and tricks that turn around your digital experience like this. And on the episode today, we've been talking much more about blogging, the treasures of blogging. So there are several factors that go into setting your blog apart from the millions and millions of blogs worldwide that are begging for people's attention whenever you want to go into blogging. So tip #1 is self-host. Self-host, it is okay and advisable that you own the website yourself. There are a couple of free blog services talking about blogspot.com. When you go to blogspot.com, they give you a username, so you have something like yourname.blogspot.com. That's a free service. There's also WordPress, the free edition, where you can get yourname.wordpress.com. But if you're going to do blogging really right, it has to be your own name. It has to be a registered domain hosted by you. So instead of having yourname.blogspot.com, it's okay to have your name, your surname.com directly. That makes it very, very professional and quite more efficient. It shows that you take your blog more seriously than someone that is utilizing a free blog site. And these days, it's actually relatively cheap to host your own domain name. You can jump on facilities available on HostGator, DreamHost, Bluehost, and a couple of them to register for domain name. It's as cheap as about $10 per month, and you are up and running. Tip number 2, still talking about how to improve your blog, is to promote via social media sites. Do not just leave content on your blog thinking that people will find it by themselves. You want to do well by promoting the link to your blog's homepage and also to your blog content and articles and videos on several social media sites. The traffic from Facebook, for example, the traffic from Instagram, for example, can now begin to redirect to your blog, giving it the attention that you so seek. And so when you do this, Facebook is such a huge social media resource with the ability to reach millions of potential readers. You can actually do it in such a way that the preview of the article is on Facebook, and then there's a link that takes them to go read the full gist on your blog website. So that is another way to improve your blog. Do not just do blogging neglecting the power of the social media. You also can allow people to share the article via their own social media. It's still the same thing as leveraging on the power of social media. That drives a lot of traffic to your blog. Tip number 3, and you know what we're talking about. It's about improving what? Improving your blogging experience. And this tip is about headlines. And so you should write strong headlines that easily define what you are going to be talking about in your blog post. These not only piques the reader's interest, but also allows your blog to be more visible in search results. When we talk about strong headlines, we mean something that quickly catches the attention of your readers and interests them, and they would want to find things around that. You want to use common language and common terms that people would search for, so that when they search, your headline is available in one of the search results, and this will help people find, locate, and enjoy the content of your blog. That's it on tech tips and tricks for this week. But before we go, you know how we do it. I'd like to share a quote with you in just a moment. The quote for this week, ladies and gentlemen, is by Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is a co-founder of Facebook, and Facebook is the world's largest social media website, having over 1 billion active users. Mark Zuckerberg has this to say. He said, "Move fast and break things. Unless you are breaking things, you are not moving fast enough." That's about it for today. It's your number one favorite technology show, Tech In, Tech Out. My name is MD Tiamiyu. Thank you so much for your attention so far. Till next week that I come your way again, stay digital.